So I think if you're thinking about Macintosh, I think there's a few things that really spring to mind when I think about the brand. It's hard not to remember where the brand's come from in terms of waterproofing and advancements in technology on a historic level, really. And I think that if you're thinking about buying a Macintosh, you'll probably know that. So it's got this amazing history of outerwear, of waterproofing, of rubber, and glue, and use of glue. So really, like, one of the first labels I can think of to use really like tech fabrics for practical uses. So it's got this really cool factor, and I think it's a very British label. It's something that's maintained that, so there's a sort of genuineness to it, and an authenticity to the brand, and I think you're sort of buying into that as well. I think Mac is kind of synonymous with style, with elegance. As a working stylist, I'm really interested in how samples, how clothing makes people look, which bits of clothing work best for some people. And when I think about Macs and Macintosh coats, they have this amazing linear shape to them, this cut of the garment which is very straight, very, very elegant, very flattering. It can sort of lengthen a figure. So that silhouette, that shape is really cool. It's something I'm quite interested in. So I think it's because of its history. Mac is maintained sort of as an investment piece. It's something that if you're going to think about spending a little bit more on a coat or a jacket, Mac definitely does that, and I think that makes that very relevant to now in this crisis where people are thinking a little bit more about where their money's going. You just need to pick up a Mac coat really and look at it to know that there's kind of hand crafting in there. Everything's been made to a really high spec, and it's something that's going to last a long time and look stylish. In the future, you sort of get that feeling about buying into Macintosh. I do think that thinking about the samples, thinking about the coats, there is an idea that some, with the waterproofing and the rubberized coating, there is a sort of comfort factor there, and I think people do think about that when they're buying them. But actually, having worn one, having owned them, I love my Mac. It's incredibly comfortable, and some of them are incredibly lightweight. Mac has also made a new line of fabrics and coats, one of which I'm wearing, which is made of this breathable fabric, which is slightly different to the actual rubberized coats, and that means it's a sort of lighter option. Obviously, if you're living in London, you probably want the rubberized coats because we're living with this outdoor weather. But I think that makes it more relevant as a brand for people living in different places. But I think it's very fashion relevant, very on trend, very on point, and it's a real sort of investment piece brand that I love.